You see all this? This whole thriving, bustling world of red? Believe it or not, it all started with just 10 little shrimp in a plain glass box. What begins as a simple goal to add color to your tank can easily turn into an army. What starts as just a handful of cherry shrimp can completely explode into a colony of over 1,000. And the wildest part? The secret to this population boom isn't about doing more, it's about doing way less. It's about figuring out what they actually need to not just survive, but to completely take over. Today, you're going to learn exactly how it's done, the mistakes to avoid, and the simple truths that will turn a quiet tank into a self-sustaining shrimp empire. Every army needs its first soldiers, and for a new shrimp keeper, that means starting with about 10 or 20 red cherry shrimp, or any color of Neocaridina that is your favorite, since they are all the same, just different colors. You'll want to go with them for the same reason most beginners do. They're known for being super hardy and adaptable. You'll be much better off with healthy, homebred shrimp from another hobbyist if you can, since they'll be more accustomed to typical tank life than imported ones that may be stressed from travel. They're pretty much the perfect starting point for getting into invertebrates. A standard 10-gallon tank is all you will need. It's nothing fancy. When they arrive, they'll likely be tiny, maybe a half inch long, maybe even smaller, and their color will still be developing. The odds of getting both males and females in a group of 10 or 20 is pretty much a sure thing, which is exactly what you want for starting a colony. The females are usually bigger and have a much brighter, solid red color, or a better color for whatever color they are, while the males are smaller and sometimes a bit see-through. A dead giveaway for a mature female is something called a saddle, which is a yellowish spot on her back right behind her head. That's where her eggs will develop before they get fertilized. Seeing that little saddle on a few of the females is the first sign that the project is going to work. They might be young, but they're ready. It takes a cherry shrimp about 3 to 5 months to be ready to breed. Kind of like it depends on the water temperature they grow up in. The warmer the water they're in, the faster they'll grow up. So you'll have to be patient at the start. Once they're in the tank, for the first few weeks, probably not much will happen. They'll just explore, nibble on things, and you just have to watch, waiting for the first sign that they are finally comfortable enough to make this place their home. So, the jump from 10 shrimp to 1,000 doesn't just happen by magic. It all boils down to nailing their environment, and it really comes down to 3 main things that anyone can do. First, and this is the big one, and that is stability. More than any other creature you can keep, shrimp hate change. Trying to chase perfect water parameters is a total rookie mistake. The real goal is to find a stable range and just lock it in. For these Neocaridina shrimp, that's a pH somewhere between 6.5 and 8.0, and a temperature from 72 to 78 degrees Fahrenheit. Now, they can do more than that, but that's the ideal. And that temperature is about 22 to 26 degrees Celsius. Your tank needs to stay in that sweet spot 24/7. Big swings in temp or pH can stress them out, stop them from breeding, or even worse. Even changing water can be a shock. Get in the habit of doing small 10 to 20% water changes more frequently and dripping in the new water slowly if that's possible. This keeps any sudden changes from happening and makes the whole environment feel safe and predictable. That stability is the foundation of everything. The second secret is to embrace the messy tank. A super clean, scrubbed, algae-free tank might look nice, but for a shrimp, it's a barren wasteland. You want to cultivate a living ecosystem. This means a heavily planted tank is an absolute must. Stuff it with moss and other plants that grow like weeds. These plants are amazing because they provide tons of surface area for biofilm and algae to grow, and they create a dense jungle of hiding spots. Biofilm is that slimy layer of good bacteria and other tiny organisms that grow on everything, and that is the main round-the-clock food source for adult shrimp and baby shrimp. The tank covered in biofilm means your shrimp are never hungry. This is super important for the shrimplets, which are microscopic when they hatch and need food right where they are because they really don't get around much when they're really little. And the third secret is lazy filtration. The most dangerous thing for a baby shrimp is a powerful filter that can suck them right up. The absolute king of shrimp filtration is the simple sponge filter. It's cheap, it's gentle, and it's got a huge surface area that becomes a 5-star hotel and all-you-can-eat biofilm buffet for your shrimp. It provides awesome biological filtration without putting any of the little guys at risk. So with a sponge filter, you're cleaning the water and growing massive food source at the exact same time, creating a perfect safe space for a population explosion. The first sign that things are about to get real is the zoomies. You'll notice the males, who are usually just chill and graze, frantically zipping all around the tank. This is the classic signal that a female has just molted and is ready to mate. After she molts, the female is soft and vulnerable, so she hides and releases pheromones into the water to let the males know that it's time. The males go absolutely freaking crazy trying to find her. The actual mating is super quick. It actually just lasts a few seconds. A little while later, you'll see it. The very first buried female. She'll be carrying a clutch of tiny yellow to green eggs under her tail, holding them with her little swimmer legs. For the next 30 days or so, she will take amazing care of them, constantly fanning them to keep them clean and full of oxygen. It's really incredible to watch. Then one day, about a month later, the eggs will be gone. You'll look all over the tank. Your face will literally be pressed against the glass and you won't see anything. You might even start to get worried. But a few days later, you should spot one. A perfect, tiny little replica of its parents. Totally clear and almost too small to see. Baby shrimp hatch out as miniature adults. There's no larval stage. A single female can hatch anywhere from 20 to 50 shrimplets in one go. At first, there will be just a few. Then, weeks later, you'll see dozens. A month after that, another wave of buried females will appear. The growth is just exponential. With a stable tank, lots of good food, and safe hiding spots, the survival rate of the babies will be through the roof. Within a few months, the tank will be teeming with life. The original 10 will become 100, and they just keep going. It feels less like breeding shrimp and more just like setting up the perfect conditions for them to build their own world. And that's the trick. You're setting up the perfect environment for them, and then the shrimp will do their thing. And you just watch them. If you're excited to start your own shrimp army and want more deep dives into making aquatic ecosystems thrive, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It ensures you won't miss out on future guides to help you succeed in the hobby. You can't grow an army on an empty stomach, now can you? While biofilm and whatever algae grows in the tank are the main staples of their diet, you should supplement their food to make sure they're getting everything they need to be healthy and make more shrimp. The trick is variety and not going overboard. They need a little bit of everything, but not too much of anything either. It's a balance. But in my opinion, maybe the most important food, especially for the babies, is powdered food. A tiny pinch spreads all through the water, making sure even the tiniest shrimplets that don't move much get the food they need to survive those first few critical weeks. Overfeeding is a super common mistake and can ruin your water. So only feed what they can clean up in a couple of hours. This varied but controlled diet makes sure the shrimp aren't just surviving, they're in a perfect condition to breed. Now, the road to 1,000 shrimp can definitely have some bumps. The biggest danger to any shrimp tank could be pollution, like copper in the meds you might use in your tank or bug spray. Bug spray can be the biggest killer. Now keep in mind, shrimp are just bugs that live in the water. So anything that's going to kill a bug is going to kill a shrimp. So you need to be very careful and make sure there's no kind of bug spray of any kind. So there's a lot of people that learn that lesson the hard way, and I'm telling you now, be extra careful. Some plant fertilizers too, so always check the labels on anything. Bug spray, tank meds, anything like that. You need to be extra careful because one bad thing gets in your tank and it can be certain death. Another mistake is just being impatient. Shrimping is a game of patience. In the beginning, you might be tempted to fix things, messing with the pH, doing huge water changes, or just cleaning way too much. You have to learn that stability is so much more important than perfection. Let that tank mature, let the biofilm grow, let the shrimp get used to their home. The final pitfall is tank mates. It's easy to think a few small fish would be fine, but you'll learn the hard way that basically any fish, a baby shrimp, is a delicious bite-sized snack. Even tiny fish like neon tetras will go on hunting sprees. If you really want to see the population explode, a species-only, shrimp-only tank is the way to go. Taking out all the potential predators is a turning point that will make the shrimplet survival rate skyrocket. I know I experienced this very personally when I first started. I had a whole bunch of shrimp. I thought, heck yeah, this is awesome. But I had a bunch of endlers in the tank with them. I took those endlers out and I went from, oh wow, this is a whole bunch of shrimp to, oh my God, I have thousands and thousands of shrimp. So shrimp only tank is the way to go if you want more shrimp. And that's how you get there. A tank that was once quiet and empty can become this chaotic, beautiful city of red or the color of your choice. It becomes a self-regulating ecosystem that needs very little from you, other than some feeding and some small water changes here and there. The journey from 10 to 1,000 is really a lesson in letting go and patience. It's all about creating the right conditions and then just stepping back and let nature do its thing. It's proof that you don't need fancy, expensive gear or complicated routines to do something incredible in this hobby. All it takes is a stable environment, a messy tank, and the right food, and a whole lot of patience. This bustling little army is a daily reminder that with a little knowledge and a light touch, you can grow a whole world from the simplest beginnings. And the best part is, now you know how to do it.